welcome to the home of the Utah Utes, Rice-Eccles Stadium in Salt Lake City. As we'll see a squad from the Big 12, the Houston Cougars, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Utah Utes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Utes will put total effort to crank us up. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Houston Cougars offense will be first on the attack. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the back from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster. And I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw him, man. So many different ways he could hurt you, and he could be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing tackling, staying in your gaps, waiting at the point of attack, getting as many hacks to the football as humanly possible, because you can't shut this guy down. You can only hope to contain him, but what a challenge this defense faces today.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Looking for space. It's Sanford. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win. Fall forward, get that good gain, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get in bad situations. This defense better respond, or else I'll do that all the way down the field. And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Unloads to the wideout. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. Houston sends the punt team onto the field. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. And nobody able to field that punt as it rolls out of bounds. So the Utah Utes offense will take the field for the first time. And what a performance this guy turned in last week. Spectacular in every aspect of the game, Jesse.
Well, I know one thing for sure. The quarterback is going to be looking his way early in this one. When you have a game like he did last time, your quarterback, you all of a sudden move up in priority in the pecking order for the guy throwing the football. So it's not going to surprise me early here if the quarterback looks his way, regardless of what the coverage is, based on what he showed last time out.
Yeah, and they were on the same page. It was fun to watch. I mean, you could tell that he knew exactly where his guy was, putting up the multiple touchdowns. Like, it was a thing of beauty. Now, defensively, I also know that. And I know he's looking that way. So look forward to seeing the chess match with the defense and maybe ways they can take him away.
Scrambling away. Zings it complete to the right. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. And the Utes will line it up on 1st and 10. The give to Davis. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll move the tight end. He'll do it himself. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time. Offensively, the defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Hand off from the shotgun. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. Right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
The Utes are threatening in the red zone. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. Let's talk for just a minute here about Utah. They've climbed into the top 15, reached a little bit of a checkpoint, haven't they? Playoff is 12 teams. But it's right about this range that people start tuning in to see what you can do, to see if you're the real deal. Isn't that right, Dave?
Yeah, and cheering against you, right? Like a lot of times because their teams are doing well or competing with you, but let's see if the squad can build on the momentum. Starting to get some momentum, some love now, Jesse. How do they handle that?
I'm excited to see how this team is going to finish, too.
And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Utes! Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it nothing. A methodical drive, soul-crushing, spirit-breaking, and it ends in a touchdown.
And listen, I know everybody wants the big plays, the big, long touchdowns and all that stuff, but putting a drive together like that is very difficult to do time and time again, and it's demoralizing for the defense. Great drive by the offense.
Wants to throw on first down. Here comes the heat.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
Right down the middle. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Man, it's fun to watch defense that just, they look so in sync and coordinated. And watching the tape coming into this week's game, you could tell last week, this defense was dialed in. They don't give up big plays. They don't give up points. They make you earn everything. Looking like another game like that so far today.
Houston will be forced to punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. The give on the inside. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Man, a lot of times when you blitz that linebacker, it's about timing. You don't show your hand, and he gets up to the line of scrimmage, gets right through the line, and makes the tackle for a loss.
And as soon as the running back gets the football, he's got a face full of linebacker.
Not much you can do there. Like, you got to have a little better block. You got to identify that blitz a little bit faster by the offensive line.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Makes the grab on the left. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give on the option. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking for room. It's Parker. There he goes. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. We've reached a break. It's Utah holding the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Quarterback on the keeper. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. And the Utes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. From the gun, running back on the move. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. They'll try to power their way ahead. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster. The Utes will come to the line to convert on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. And that can really take the wind out of a defense's sails when you convert with a fourth down completion.
Great chemistry there between the quarterback and his target. Fourth down, you got to have it. You got to be on the same page, and they were there.
Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line, a loss of 1. And the Utes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. He leaves it with his back. He's knocked down at the 34, but they're sort of hitting them in the mouth with a 6-yard pickup there. 3rd and short coming from the 34. You wonder if this is 4-down territory. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
You know, on a 3rd and short like that, you just have to have great chemistry between the quarterback and his receiver. They just couldn't get on the same page. Now it's up 4th down.
And this one is perfect. And they'll push that lead out a little further. So they are lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Houston sending the offense back onto the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. They're going to open this drive with a pass. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and
breaks into the open on the left. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 and the 38, and these guys are on the move. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. The give to the tailback. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The Cougars with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down, trying to make magic with his feet. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down.
Hey, it's a heads-up play right there. Listen, trying to scramble, you're trying to make something happen. Nobody's open. You're not going to be able to get out of bounds. Just protect yourself. Get down on the ground, get what you can get, and live to play another day.
Had to throw it before he wanted. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down. Houston sends the punt team onto the field. And they'll let that one go, and it'll roll out of bounds. Utah has it back, and the offense coming onto the field. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive and to do that. They've got to have more rhythm on offense.
yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. If you kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
The Utes will move the sticks with the first down.
Well, they only needed 1 yard, so no mystery there. Turn around, hand it off, and he finds a way to get it.
Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Finds just enough daylight to work his way up to the 19-yard line.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Utes can really attack on this second and short. Gets it past the first down marker and still running.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. The Utes have it with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the inside give. Breaks into the open. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. And the Utes with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Johnson wants to throw it. He's moving out of the pocket. Gets rid of it. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. The Utes come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Short throw to the sideline is complete, and it'll be enough for the 1st down.
Listen, at this point, at the end of the 1st half, you're trying to generate some points. 1st downs are the most important thing. So a really good job there converting on that 3rd. I love the decision by the quarterback. You kind of wonder, though, are they going to want to be a bit more aggressive and maybe start taking some more shots and attack?
And defensively, you've got to know this guy, man. He's got some wheels to him. He'll get outside the pocket. You can't let him outside the cage. Those ends have to do a good job of keeping contained when you lose.
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
I think a big part of the formula to this team's success is their ability to get after the quarterback. In game 1, they had 6 sacks and obviously won that football game. They know coming into this one today, they have got to be able to get after the quarterback, and they're off to a great start.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too, but don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Utes will punt it away on 4th down. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock him up close to their goal line. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. On the run, it's Sanford. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the 1st half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time, but you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air, or you've got to be more physical up front.
1st half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, guys, a delightful first 2 quarters today from there in Salt Lake City. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. And with that, let's send it back to the fellows at Rice-Eccles Stadium.
Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. He'll keep it himself. Turning it on. He's inside the 40. He's got the sidelines going nuts as he gets it down to the 18-yard line.
That's the danger as a defense when you're playing against this guy, because you know you're going to see the option. And if you don't have a player dedicated to pursuing and stopping him, he is going to burn you like he did right there. He has elite speed. You saw it on that option.
They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. Defense rolling out the big bodies to try to stuff the run. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Utah! Quick strike through the air for the score. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance.
Yeah, I love the little play-action fake. It's, you get inside the 5, you're thinking run as a defense. Physical, and they slip those guys right behind you, throw it over the top of you. Man, those are tough to defend. Nice little play action by this offense.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25. it with him. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Now the play fake. Here's the pressure. Escapes the sack. Still running at the 40. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down. Got the quick pass. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. In search of their first touchdown of the game, they are on the move with a 1st and 10. Punts it out of the air. Oh, he's got some space. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. And the Cougars come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it from the red zone. Fires to the middle. Got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Cougars.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. Gives it on the option. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The Utes now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, he'll throw it. It's complete. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. And they got the completion, but still looking at a 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Clemens. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. And the Utes are moving quickly down the field. They'll ride Davis here. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to...
There he goes. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. The Utes kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Power football with the run. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football. You got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the 3rd downs manageable so you can stay on the field, lead the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
And the Utes back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. He'll pull it on the read. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. Inside a minute to go here in the 3rd. From the shotgun, the inside give. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. The Utes, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Utah has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. The give to Davis. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Quarterback now breaking the field. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Field goal is good. And now the lead is even bigger.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative. Use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
Ball will be placed at the 40 after that kick out of bounds. Looking to throw on first down. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
Did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They were
picked off. What a play to set him up. He was looking for that big return to go with the pick, but he'll set him up in business at the 36.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. That last drive was a long one, Jesse. They'd like this time to pay it off with a touchdown instead of a field goal.
No doubt, Reese. They had a lot of good stuff going that last drive. Need to get a tutty up on the board here to extend that lead, David.
And I think you definitely want a touchdown, but if you put another long drive together, get points, multiple possessions in a row, start to let those body blows add up and wear this defense out.
And after that last run, we'll see if they keep it on the ground on third. Johnson looking to throw. Flips it out on the screen. Breaks into the open. He's stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11. And the Utes will have it 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Skips away from pressure. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Utes! They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. Boy, it didn't look pretty at first, but it wound up being most effective.
And that's the problem with these guys, these quarterbacks. It's not the first play you have to play. You have to play the second play and the third play because they just keep extending it and making plays. And then next thing you know, you look up and the dude's hitting his head on the goalpost.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to go up top on first down. Finds his tight end. And an absolutely fearless tackle. Giving up size, still got him on the turf. The Cougars in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They'll give it to the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Trying to move the sticks on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
As a defense, a lot of times you're coming into the game, you're just trying to limit the damage when you play a really great quarterback. And they've done more than that today. They have dominated this football game. The offense has carried their weight, and this is looking like a great outcome.
Got his man downfield. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game. But trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum.
Turning it on. Finally brought down at the 31. It's a pickup of 15 yards on the play, and they've got a first down.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the first down. And listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. Houston wants to play fast.
And when I got a stud quarterback like they do, I'm going to protect him. I'm going to make sure that I keep him up.
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. It is incomplete, and he almost had himself an interception in the end zone. It'll be 4th down. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. On 4th down, looking to pass. Touchdown, Houston. Hello. They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Holds and fires complete to the right. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31, and a big pickup on that one. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. He'll do it himself. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Here's a quick throw out to the left. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. And lost ground on 1st down. Now 2nd and goal from the 5. And they'll take a knee, the universal symbol for we have this thing in hand. Well, look what we have here, guys. After all the early season doubts, these guys have put together a winning streak.
They sure have. Man, they're just believing in themselves right now. This is a completely different looking team than what we saw early in the year. They're playing with so much more confidence. And David, when you start making plays, you start stringing W's together, that's obviously what happens.
Everybody gets energized. Everybody starts to contribute. Young guys start to grow up. Coaches start to believe in them. Everything starts to turn around and swing the other way. They got it all going in the right direction.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation.